It's taking a little longer.
On my side, it says you're live right now. So I think you went live before
All
your
right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't know what's going on. You know, let me just prove it here so we make sure because it's just doing the redirect.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it did. Yeah, we live. All right. Welcome to the Convo Show. I'm sorry for that big old hiccup. We're not on Twitch tonight, and we didn't have an episode last Saturday, mainly because of the tropical storm.
Tropical storm. It's supposed to
Yeah,
come through.
It's supposed to come through. It faked us.
I was like, did that mother lover just do the Deion Sanders on us? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Broke her ankles.
Yeah,
I'm running around like a madman trying to get stuff, and I'm like, yeah, it's gonna hit Saturday night. Oh yeah, huh? What the hell is this? Bird chirping. It's a beautiful day. I was like, what the hell's going on? I was like, again? I was fighting this old lady for some water.
Yeah, I wasn't too worried because living here long enough, and especially have family and kids, all that running around is a no-go for me now. So it's like beginning of the summer in June, beginning of hurricane season, I slowly start packing up a few things.
See, when you're single, you got a girl, but you're single and you have no kids, you know what happened, Gene? You live life on the edge. The edge. Every day is an adventure.
YOLO.
You're trying to figure, okay, should I wear these underwear? Nah, I wore them 5 times in a row. Who cares? I'm just playing, people. Anyway, welcome to the Convo with your boy, Chef Kirk, and your boy, Jeezy.
Jeezy.
I bring it back from the old school. You're not gonna bring the old school.
It's all good. But let's go ahead and get started on the first topic. Basically, we're talking about UFOs. Are they real? Look, I know we've been talking about some crazy stuff, but not crazy. Some
one
really
day
heavy
makes
stuff.
Sense. One day, everything is gonna come to a big circle. You're gonna be like, "Wow, these guys are good." You know what I mean? One day.
I completely believe in UFOs. Mm-hmm. My thing is that if they make it here first, we're in trouble.
we definitely in trouble. I mean, we talking about enslavement to the 10th power. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, like,
yeah, it's gonna be something else. Truth be told, it's probably better off that they don't come here. Yeah. But I believe, yeah, man. Look, this Earth, if you can even believe in God, but He probably created other creatures outside of Earth. This is probably one of His multiple test areas or multiple areas of living beings and stuff like that. And for all we know, there's tons of us all over the place.
All over the place, you know what I mean? I mean,
we're so spread out, so it can't be imaginable.
Yeah, like for no way I could see this universe being this big, this endless, and we just be the only thing here, the only conscious mind, and apart from that, our animals, only conscious mind. Nah, there got to be more, man. It has to be more. And if it's not anymore, then the design is flawed. Then, you know what I mean? That's a flawed design by the creator. If you're just going to make just humans and limit us to this dumb shell that we call existence, but whatever. But I just like Gene, I do believe that there are aliens out there. And I believe that they have visited us in the past, on some kind of like, oh, let's see what they're about. Oh, they're still on that? Let me keep it moving. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're fighting about black and white. What the hell are they gonna do to us? We purple. I mean, like, shit, we green. I mean, they gonna kill everything. Let's leave them alone. Let them deliver. Let them get better on that, and then we come back later on. You know what I mean?
Well, like when you watch any like sci-fi show when they're when the humans are superior, even like Star Trek and everything else, that when they visit a planet and they notice that the people there are so far behind, Star Trek has a directive, like, do not interfere with them, because you don't know if they end up getting wiped out on their own, or you interfere with them and then it becomes a whole big problem, knowing that, there's something out there and they can travel the world and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They don't have this technology, but if you even give them, like the whole thing with Star Trek is, Vulcans visited us. Well, they came here. They hid. Exactly. They hid within certain community, They hang around for a few years. They finally, I think they exposed them. Like they kind of like, hey, you guys are not alone on this world, but we won't give you anything for the next 100 years.
Yeah.
At least, So they had to learn, and this is like after like all these wars and stuff that's been going on within ourselves. So they humans had to create the first warp drive.
Yeah.
To be able to get even more information.
That's correct. To get a small snippets of information, because it took another 100 years for them to give us more information. And it was crazy.
Because we had to learn. That's the whole point.
And I believe in that concept. I believe that there are aliens here on our planet, but they're like, okay, well, they're still trying to develop in the development stage. Just like if you watch Star Trek or any of these shows. Right, just like Gene said, they come down, they do their surveillance, they study us, they want to see how our civilization is developing and all that stuff. But the point is, they don't want to interfere with how we interact, because it's not fair. Like the bottom line is, we have to develop according to how our evolution is, right? And I believe that if we keep on continuously evolve and go the way that we're currently going, we see why we're going off the path of what we're trying to go to. But again, like Gene said, this has to take its course for us to be able to develop warp drive, right? And the moment that Zephyr Cochran, now hopefully there's a Zephyr Cochran, hopefully he's a brother, you know what I mean? Zephyr Cochran, no, there's no white guy named Zephyr Cochran. Let's be real quick, man. You know what I mean? That's a brother right there. That's a brother from Crenshaw right there in the hood, you know what I mean? Tell him, hey man, what's up, man? I'm just playing. Anyways, so with the development of that war drive in Star Trek, and I mean, it gets you to see how we came together. We finally decided to work together because we realized that the universe and our world is not that small anymore. And I think that's why humans fight amongst each other, right? Because white people are trying to survive, saying, okay, we need to colonize everything so our race could continue, right? And then Black people are just trying to live. You know what I mean? Chinese people are trying to do the same thing. But once human being realize that we are friggin' human beings, right? And this planet belongs to all of us equally, right? So if another visitor come from outer space and present itself to us, I think at that present moment, the light bulb will hit off on some of us, not all of us. They're gonna still be them crazy rednecks. No, we gotta kill them goddamn aliens. Now they want my water, my children, my woman. You know what I mean? You'll be like, what? Like, they want your who? Like, dude, nobody wants your woman. Do you see your woman? Like, you know what I mean? But I think that, we have to go through all these sad moments in history for us to get to where, Star Trek is and where Star Trek was, or whatever the case may be. Was or is?
It is what it is. It is.
But it's okay. Because it's like you watch it, but it's like, is it like, because
even Star Trek itself is not a perfect universe. No. It's just better than we're right now.
That's correct.
Right. So they have their own issues, but the issues is no longer like, just humans on Earth. It's like dealing with a whole bunch of other beings and the other planets. So we go to war plenty of times.
Damn, the Klingons won't leave us alone. Then there's those mother-loving cyborg ass mother lovers, bro. They want to take over everybody. Like them. I'm hoping them dudes never exist in the real world. You know what I mean? Like, be a part of the
whole thing, right? We just don't know. And we have like Area 54, right? Yeah. That whole area. Truth be told, if beings did come here and we end up capturing them, they might be sitting in there. Mm-hmm. But I guarantee we are using that technology. Like, of course, the ways like the phones got to certain points and things that we're doing, that it's like we made like evolution leaps and bounds with computers.
Like really fast. Like
really fast.
Yeah.
So man. for us to think that, think that we didn't get a little help to get that fast, it's like, kind of like, maybe there is some alien technology.
Exactly.
And the governments need these corporations, especially the U.S. Need these corporations to tie in with them, so that way, maybe Apple does have a government program where they're like, okay, let's, we send like 2 of our top engineers to go, Roswell and get some information and figure something out, and then they come and they built it into the computers. The government used it first. If you think about it, the internet came from the government. It was a military thing.
Yeah, military use. It was send the Morse code. It was be able to send like communication back and forth, to different bases. Yeah, this is all government technology.
It's all government technology. Generally, most of the technology is from the government or NASA. So it's another government thing. So it's just one of those things that you just have to kind of think like, hey, they're using alien technology and we're using it and we just don't know it. You can't just think like Bill Gates and the guy who passed away from Apple. Can't think of his name right now.
Oh, really?
Hey, it's all good.
How you forget Steve Jobs, bro?
Steve Jobs. It slipped my mind.
And this is the Apple man that's talking about. Everything Apple. Everything.
My mind is sold on Microsoft the last couple of days because everything that's coming out with Microsoft is just I'm going crazy.
You Microsoft, you switching it up?
No, I'm not switching it up. I'm just paying attention to what's going on over there.
Apart from Mr. Gates trying to kill us all with his virus here, but right.
Well, they also bought TikTok. So
and they bought TikTok.
They're in negotiations of buying TikTok. It hasn't been finalized yet, but it's
but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I mean, why not? Why not have TikTok? I mean, TikTok was here first. It's funny thing about it. TikTok,
but why TikTok? That's
TikTok,
my thing,
right? Like, why
because
TikTok?
Microsoft been getting like developer centric, corporation centric. They've been buying that steadily back to back, and then TikTok. Like, I understand you bought Minecraft years ago, but this makes no sense. But then again, it's like the president also said like, hey, I'm gonna shut down TikTok. I don't want Microsoft to buy it. Okay, I'll keep TikTok, but Microsoft has to buy it, and maybe the government should get a piece of that to let Microsoft be able to buy it. It's a lot of like weird things going on there, and truth be told, I'll be highly upset if Microsoft had to pay the government some money to be able to buy TikTok, because that type of business, that thing right there should not exist at all. But we're getting off topic. Anyways, that's for Saturday show. I want to make sure I want to know if they get bought and stuff like that. I want to give it some time.
Give it some time for it to develop. Okay. Well, listen, I'm down for it if it does get sold and purchased. No, excuse me, not sold because it is going to get sold. Get purchased by Mr. Apple, excuse me. See, I love Apple.
Well, what's called it? Bill Gates no longer. He's a chairman. He's no longer really behind it anymore. There's a lot of other people involved.
It's like saying your kids get older, you're no longer in their life. You're always in their life, no matter what. You may not have as much say as they develop, but you have say.
Yeah, but the major problem with TikTok is that it's not because they're built in China, is that their app goes through a lot of your stuff on your phone that it shouldn't do. Like it literally, like it can see if you copied something and you didn't paste it, it literally can read your clipboard on your phone.
Yeah.
And it doesn't just read it reads it and collects it. So if China says like, hey, send me some data, it's sending them everything you got on your phone.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Well, it can become a listening device.
Well,
it can probably turn on the video. So this is kind of stuff.
If
you know,
catch me in the
I
bathroom,
get Microsoft might want to buy it, and if they make a deal with the government, it's like, hey, now we can tell like
what people are doing and all
it's
that
mostly
type of
kids.
stuff.
It's not just there's a political side to it. There's mostly kids, and they can probably figure out what houses are voting for who.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. Your kids always represent who you're voting for.
That's
who
correct.
You're leaning against. You know.
That's correct. And most of the we're going to talk more about this on Saturday. Right now, we're talking about the greatest topic in human history is Area 54 aliens. And Gene says, and I agree with you on one thing though, alien technology over the course of years. I remember when my first phone was a Nokia phone, right? This was like after the car phones, and then it was like the 90s. Nokia was popping. Like everyone had like.
And it's a slow migration too, right? It was like
man.
It was like the big old bricks phones.
Yeah, to like you're walking around like girl. I'm talking. I'm talking on my cell phone to like the Nokias. You know what I mean? And the kids were like small and push. Like this was the joint.
But it was still kind of thick though.
Yeah, it was thick. Right. You know what I mean? Because that battery would get hot. Ooh.
Ooh, that battery got hot.
That battery got hot. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, this came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? And it was amazing. Like what this phone was able to do. You're able to like, you know, touch screen, the whole thing. You're like, it's touch screen. There was no button except for the button down here, the home button. And you're like,
one
what
button.
the heck?
Like, what I'm supposed to do is one button.
It's one button.
Where's the keyboard?
With a keyboard, you know what I'm saying? The keyboard is built in the screen. Mind. Alien technology all day long. I mean, listen, when I was a kid, I used to watch Star Treks. I used to watch freaking what's that movie with Arnold? The one
Star Wars.
Mars. The one where he went to Mars. The one where he went to Mars.
There's several movies.
Damn it, Arnold. What's the name of your stupid movie, Arnold? All right, I was just watching the other day. Anyways.
Oh, Arnold.
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I can't want to say
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. So that movie that I was watching the other day, that they did a remix recently. Okay, can't remember the name right now, but I remember it.
I watched too many sci-fi movies to remember the name.
But you remember back in the days how they had like these technology, like this communication that we're doing right now. They had that. They had the phones that you could, you know, FaceTime, the holographs, all that type of stuff. All these technologies were slowly being introduced to us, and this is back in the 80s, bro. 80s. So think about how all this influence, where this influence is coming from, right? Just think about it. Where this influence coming from? Like, man is great, and we think of great things, but seeing is where most of our visuals, or most of our influence come from, is seeing something, right? We see an animal and we can say, okay, that's a dog, but that dog, we can make him a bigger dog by thinking of how that dog would look bigger. But to think about something before it even is there, that requires some kind of influence, right? Some kind of vision, like something, you know what I mean? Like something had to give you that, wow. You know what I mean? Some kind of something whispering in your ear, and that's aliens. That's my stuff. I'm sticking to it.
Nah, I just believe, you know, they maybe shot one down, one crashed, and stuff like that. Because meteors hit the ground. There's always been sightings, but the difference now is like there's sightings, and the government, all these governments and stuff, they're slowly coming out like, yeah, it could be an alien. Now it can actually be an alien.
Yeah.
Before it's like, no, just a weather balloon.
No, it's a weather balloon. It's a weather balloon.
We did some launches in the middle of the night. Like, what are you launching in the middle of the night?
My favorite one is like, I had a fat girl over last night, and we just were doing it. You know what I mean? You know what I go. I'm like, what? What did I got to do with? No, I saw the alien in the sky. Don't worry about that. You know what I mean?
You know?
Yeah. No, but it is true. Like, remember 2 years ago, there was just this crazy sound that was going all around. Like this trumpet sound, and it was like all over the world. I'm not gonna lie, I heard it down here in South Florida. I remember standing outside, and all of a sudden you hear, this trumpet sound in the air, like, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And I went on YouTube, and it was across. If you look it up right now, like strange sounds, like 2018, 2017. All you heard, everyone hearing these strange sounds, and they always say, oh, what happened is they gave us some bullshit about. What he said?
Oh, some cloud vibrating against the
atmosphere. There was an atmosphere leak in the cloud, and the cloud is bouncing off. I'm like, really? Like, really? Like, but aliens, people, aliens.
Yeah. Well, you know, and now there's like the Air Force is allowed to show these videos and stuff like that. The footage of some kind of unidentified flying objects. Oh, yeah. You know, like, oh, okay. It's UFOs out there, so they're coming out with it slowly but surely. I think they're coming out kind of slow. At the same time, kind of think it's a distraction because of everything else is going on. But they're slowly coming out with it, good or bad. But
like, black people want reparation. Aliens. Yes, there's aliens. Reparation. We can't talk about that right now. Aliens is on the agenda.
I ain't worried about anything else but aliens.
Aliens, bro. Well, all right. So that goes side note. I know okay. So, Gene, what's your final thought on aliens?
We just gotta wait and see. That's what it comes down to. We just gotta wait and see. I don't think I'm gonna really see them in my lifetime. Maybe my grandkids will actually get to see them on Earth. Hopefully, it's good, all good. But truth be told, I don't think it will be, because if they make it here first, we're in trouble.
And that is my next question, right? Like, okay, so let's say they make it here first and they land. It's all about where they land, right? So if they land, if they land in like,
think about it, the Independence Day, they just hovered up on top,
over top, and then they just like countdown, and if you ain't find that joint, that blew to the whole world. But imagine if they do land, right? But they land in like say Russia. America's, you know that go. Now
they're gonna
boys with them.
They,
you understand? Exactly. You remember that Star Trek episode where Captain Kirk went back in time or whatever the case would be, but Nazi Germany changed or whatever, and then not Captain Kirk. This was Picard. You know what I mean? Picard. And Nazi Germany, the aliens, went back.
Landed there, and it kind of changed everything.
Changed everything. So now they took their technology, and now everything, the whole world changed. I think that's what would happen. Deep Space Nine. Yeah, that's Deep Space Nine. See? I mean, we were Trekkies here. So I think if that does happen, that's the kind of scenario we're looking at in the world, right? Because if depending on who they speak to first, because you speak to this guy gonna tell his sad story. Well, poor us, the bad Americans, they come here, or if they land in America, well, it's us against the world. You know what I mean? So it's I think it's one of those lose-lose situation. You know what I mean? Like either way you put it. So that's my final thought on that.
And recently, I saw a snippet of a movie that me and my wife saw maybe a year ago, maybe a little longer. I believe it's still on Netflix. It's called The Circle. So most of the movie is just like a group of people standing in a circle, and they have to figure out last man standing lives with their life. Everyone else dies.
Yeah.
So when it comes out to be, it's like an alien ship, suck these people up, put them in random order. Last person standing goes back on Earth, and you get to live. Yeah. I'm not sure those aliens were actually there to do anything bad. I think they was there to like, hey, you're killing off Earth. There's too many people on this Earth. So the way to deal with it, to help this Earth, because they really care about the Earth and not the people, the beings in there. They're like, all right, let's pull some up. Let them play this game with each other, and whoever lives will go back down, and then we'll just kind of clean out. It was like 20, it's like 20 people in there. Only one person survived.
Yeah.
Like, oh man,
that's crazy.
That's rough.
That's rough. I mean, but for that's that's the extreme for the climate. I mean, that's another topic too. Climate. I mean, the climate impact that we're having right now. Climate change is crazy. Like, especially with all these freak storms, with these mudslides, with all these stuff going on. That's not on the agenda for tonight, but we're gonna talk about that another day. Anyways, so on to the next topic.
All right, so I'm actually gonna give this topic a name, and actually I thought of a name, so I might not actually name it anymore. It was like I thought of a name, and it kind of slipped my mind. Probably should have wrote this down, but because I think we should start organizing our stuff, or at least call the segments what they are.
Yeah.
Maybe we call it the idiot of the week.
Yeah.
Something like that. I think the idiot of the week. We have to discuss this and make this like a lot better.
We gotta make this official. So we have to have a workshop day, so we can workshop the heck out of what we're our topics and stuff of that nature.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe like do different segments, and that way we have the same agenda for all. But let's just call it the idiot of the week. I need you to explain to me a black family gets pulled over by the police officer, and let's do this quick.
Okay, I'm gonna do this real fast. So we gotta stretch this out. Okay, if you haven't seen the video yet, people, go check out this video. It's a black cops. Matter of fact, it's the same city that they killed. What's that little kid? What's that kid name? He had autism. The black guy the other day. He was walking home. Minneapolis or one of those cities. And he was
the EMT injected him.
Yeah, injected him and killed him, whatever the case may be. That's messed up shit. Good guy too. So, anyways, this family was sitting in their car at like the mall or whatever the case may be. Police officer run the license plate off the car. It looks like the car was stolen, but the car was stolen, right? But it wasn't stolen by the family. It was stolen by someone else, and they got the car back. Now she has all the paperwork and everything, nonetheless, that show that the car wasn't stolen. So instead of the cop approach her, I mean, they put guns blazing, guns out, everything pointing in the family's face or whatever. And these are kids. These are a 3-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 14-year-old, 15-year-old, and a mom, right? All ladies. Right. The cop pulled their gun on them, pulled them out the car, nonetheless. They laid him on the floor and cuffed the 14, the 15, the 16, and the 6-year-old, and the 3-year-old, only one that wasn't handcuffed, right?
You handcuff a 6-year-old.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. How do you handcuff a 6-year-old girl? You know what I mean? None of these people are fighting back. None of these people are arguing with you, whatever the case may be. The mom is telling you the whole situation, but you're not listening. You know what I mean? These cops are all out there standing over these people, these kids. You know what I mean? And you're like,
these kids are dangerous.
Yeah, these kids, like, when do just being a person of color, I mean, I guess it's America. I mean, let's be real. It's America. The world.
They're afraid.
You know what I mean? Everyone is afraid of the color of our skin. For some apparent reason, you have all the power, you have all the weapons, you have everything. You have all the money, you have all the resources, but you're still afraid of our skin. We're not doing anything. We're sitting there minding our business. Okay, the cop.
Go ahead and tell us what's going on.
Okay. So, anyways, so the car wasn't stolen. Like I said, it was stolen previously, but the lady, she got it back. She had the paperwork. So after they did all the running and the proof, after they had them on the floor, laying on their belly, remind you, these people are laying on the floor on their belly, so the whole world could see them, right? So after they run the plates, and after they got the documents out of the glove compartment where it's kept, right? They finally realized that this lady wasn't lying. The car wasn't stolen. The family didn't steal it. And this is the rightful owner for the car. They're going to give them a bullshit apology later on. Oh, we're sorry about that. Man, everyone in that family, including the 3-year-old, should get a $10 million lawsuit. We call that a suit claim, whatever you want to call it. Because the bottom line, the idiot of the week, these police officers are idiots of the week. You don't understand how to do your job, maybe, but you pull a gun out of people. I can see, okay, if I'm in the car, a couple dudes in the car, okay, I understand pulling a gun out. But if it's all ladies, all kids, what, the kid gonna pull out a friggin' automatic weapon and start blazing on you, bro?
Right?
Like, no, come on, man. So the story really just rubbed me really wrong this week, because I'm like, I think that we're getting better. I think that, okay, all right, all lives matter, Black lives matter. Okay. Look at this video. You keep on saying all lives matter, but look at this video.
We want to see this happen to a white couple, a white family.
Never. Bottom line is, okay, so the white guy the other day, you heard about the story about the white guy who shot at the police officers? No. That dude wasn't even face down on the floor, embarrassed, guns pulled to him. You know what happened to that guy? He shot at the police officers. They just arrest him, put him in handcuffs, and they walked into his car, set them in the car nice and calm. Not on the floor, not belly up, not handcuffed. You know what I mean? And I know people like, oh, what did they do? It's a fucking family, bro. It's the kids and ladies. It's a bunch of ladies. It's not dudes. It's not no drug dealers. It's friggin' a lady in a car that she owned that someone stole and she got back. That's it. Right. That was the story. That's the story. Crazy.
That's sad.
That's sad, man.
That's sad.
It's ridiculous. It's like walking outside, being this complexion nowadays is the ultimate friggin',
and that's the reason why we, the funding talk is still going around, right? Like,
exactly.
If a police officer drive by, see a car stolen, truth be told, you see a group of people, maybe you still call the police for that, right? Because if someone steals a car, the person might have a weapon, right?
Yeah.
But after the police officer realize, like, how much. I know if it's a gang of people in the car, but there's minors in the car.
Minors in the car.
So are you worried about the minors shooting you? If there's multiple police officers there, you can't have the minors all go sit in other cars.
Exactly.
Instead of putting them on the belly, have the driver come out, the passenger come out, have a conversation with the passenger, then get the stuff out the glove department.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Or going that far.
Gene, it was about probably 6 cops out there. There was 4.
You could put the kids behind the car. The back doors of the car, the back seats of the car are locked. They're pretty much child locked. You can't open the door from the inside.
Come on.
So,
what is the immediate threat? What is the immediate threat? What is the immediate threat? That's what I want to know. What is the immediate threat? You pull up, even if you say, okay, your gun was out, and because you thought you didn't see inside of the car, and then when you do finally get on the car, you see it's a whole bunch of kids and ladies, and a lady in the car. At that present moment, when does the training kick in? Okay, well, these are just, it's a family. Let me find out what's going on. Let me be an investigator at this point. Let me do my job right. Let me just be a human being for 5 minutes. Because people keep on saying blue life matter. Dude, what the hell is a blue life? You are a person. You have blood. You know what I mean? You have a red blood just like a blue life. What the hell? I'm like, you choose to be a cop. I didn't choose to be black. You didn't choose to be white. You understand?
Right.
So this blue life matter stuff, and I'm like, come on, it's a contradiction to Black Lives Matter. I understand that. I understand the politics, and I understand all that shit. But when you start literally taking this out of the front to you, as in like, this is really truthfully a life. No, sir, this is the job that you're doing. A job. And any moment you don't want to do that job, you can quit that job and go about your business. You're a person first, and the job whenever it's on the list. But you're not a job first and a person last. And that's how these police officers are starting to act like, yo, they don't care about their own life, their own livelihood anymore. You rather get fired for some dumb shit, pay your mortgage, take your wife out on a nice date, or your girlfriend or your boyfriend out on a nice date. You rather get fired on some dumb shit because you see a family of black people and you refuse to use common sense that maybe that these people are just people hanging out, having a good time.
And that shit happens, right?
That shit happens every day, man. Every day, bro.
Every day.
It's crazy.
Well,
that's
to
it.
end this on the note. Thank you for joining us on this conversation. We're gonna work on, definitely we want to have like a workshop day. We'll make this more enjoyable, and we don't stop going on to these long ass tangents. We want to have a conversation. Maybe we'll set up like we wanted to do on our Saturday episodes. They're still like 30 minutes long, but we stick to one topic and we can go on a long tangent there. Maybe 45 minutes long or something like
45,
that.
50, 2 hours.
2 hours. We'll see. But we do plan on having guests and bringing on some other people. We do want to talk more business, but we also want to talk about what's going on in the world, because this is what we live in. And we want to talk about sci-fi, UFOs and Star Trek.
We have to talk about the most awesome
sports,
things in the world, sports.
Right. So hopefully you enjoy the show. And thanks to Kurt.
Hey, remember, aliens are real.
And this is your boy Jeezy, the builder. And enjoy the convo.
All right, peace. Peace. We need a sign out, man. We need to work on that too.
We work on that.
Sign out people. We're gonna workshop. We're gonna get everything right for y'all.
We're gonna get everything right. We're gonna work it out.
You know what? This is what we want y'all to do. In the comments, leave what you think that we could do better. You know what I mean? Whatever. Hey, listen, maybe Kurt need to put on a hat because his head too shiny. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Just tell us in the comments. You know what I mean? Subscribe. I mean, we're gonna have a whole bunch of like information, like Gene said. But leave in the comment, what would you like to see? I mean, because again, it's a conversation. What we want us to talk about? You know what I mean? What kind of topics do you want us to talk about? I mean, whatever the case may be, let us know. And we would definitely, respond back to you guys. Good, bad, ugly. Oh, hopefully it's more good than bad. But you know what I mean? So that's it. Gene, thank you very much for a great conversation. And we out.
Enjoy the convo.